Ben thought a new friend would open doors. Instead, Chad used Ben's camera to ruin him, then made him the fall guy. But Ben turned the lens back, and the exposure burned the king. Welcome to the Fallout Zone.
I came to college with a hand-me-down camera and the kind of quiet hope that makes you say yes to people who smile at you. Chad smiled big. Frat president, campus famous, everybody knew him. He saw my photos on a freshman forum and said I had an eye. When he invited me to document a harmless prank, I said yes before my brain caught up. The plan sounded dumb, not cruel. Snap a few goofy, candid shots of a rival club's loudmouth while he napped in the lounge after an all-nighter. Nothing illegal, Chad said. We'll blur faces. It's just meme fuel. He was charming, confident, the sort of person who talks like the future is already in on the joke. I took the photos. He high-fived me and said he'd handle the edit. The post went live that night. No blur, no mercy. Captions named the student, teased his hygiene, tagged accounts I didn't even know existed. By morning, the screenshots were everywhere, with my watermark. People called me a creep, a stalker, a predator. The student services office called me a problem. Chad found me in the dining hall and said it was unfortunate, but that I should own the mistake and apologize. He said he'd try to calm things down. At the disciplinary meeting, he showed up with a suit and a story. He'd begged me not to post, but I'd done it anyway. I watched an adult write my name on a yellow folder like it was already a verdict. I could feel heat behind my eyes and didn't let it spill. When they advised me to accept consequences to move forward, I nodded and left with my ribs feeling stapled shut. That night, I unscrewed my lens and realized I had one thing Chad didn't: patience. I'd spent hours learning light that didn't want to be seen. I knew how to wait, so I waited and watched. Chad's brand was brotherhood, but my camera caught the parts that didn't fit the poster. I shot high ISO in bad light while he mocked a trembling freshman for character building. I shot the reflection in a library window as he texted answers to a midterm he hadn't studied for. I caught him on the quad, laughing into a mic about losers from the very clubs he sponsored. He liked sunglasses. I liked reflections, faces bent in the mirrored lenses, phones betraying notifications, the truth peeking through at the edges. Every frame was clean, candid, time-stamped. No context tricks, no deep fakes, just who he was when he thought the world owed him applause. When I had enough, I built a quiet gallery on a free host that didn't need my name. No titles, just images and small captions like pinholes. Brotherhood, October. Honor, midterms week. Mentorship, Sunday, 2:14 a.m. I sent the link once to a student-run tip line that loved anonymous submissions. Then I turned off my phone and slept for the first time in weeks. By noon, the link had a life. People recognized the jacket, the watch, the grin that won elections. Whispers clicked into place, so did memories. A freshman posted, "That's me." The campus paper wrote about an anonymous essay of campus power. No names were printed, but they didn't have to be. The fraternity's group chat leaked, begging brothers to control the narrative. Screenshots multiplied like dandelions in wind. I held one image back. The last frame needed timing. It came from the lounge where he'd once pointed me toward a sleeping student. Chad sat smug in sunglasses, phone in hand, grin loaded like a trigger. In the dark glass of his lenses, a neat rectangle reflected. The original cruel post on his screen, untouched by regret. The quote beneath read, "Stewardship Tuesday." That was the one that made the hush. People who defended him closed tabs. The student I'd hurt sent a screenshot, no words, just a period, and I understood it meant, "I see." The fraternity asked him to step down while we assess. Sponsors paused. The disciplinary office emailed me to revisit facts. I forwarded them my raw files, metadata intact. I didn't ask for apologies. The folder with my name on it went into review. The stack of stapled ribs loosened. Chad didn't look at me after that. He looked through me. Isolation made him smaller. The hallway that used to tilt toward him leveled. I kept taking pictures, but of other things. Hands trading notes, friends splitting fries, a professor holding office hours on the grass. When I felt the old shame reach for me, I shot it in the open air until it had nowhere to hide. I didn't win an award. I didn't need one. I learned that a camera can be a weapon or a witness, and the difference is whether you aim or observe. I chose to observe, hard, honest, steady. That choice didn't erase what I'd done, but it rewrote what I do next. I'm applying to the student paper with a portfolio that knows where the light is and where the lies sit just outside it. Justice didn't come with sirens. It arrived quietly, frame by frame, until even the loudest guy on campus couldn't talk over it.
Thank you for watching The Fallout Zone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.